Welcome back. Am I neurodivergent? ADHD? Do I have ADHD, autism, or am I just quirky? Have you ever wondered if you are neurodivergent of some kind? You are not alone. Hi, I'm Sandy. So I've been looking into stuff with my daughter, and I just I had this stereotypical thought of what ADHD is or what autism was. I'm sure everybody has stereotypes of what that looks like. Back in the day when I was younger, it was the dramatic, stereotypical person that had ADHD or autism. There was not that I was aware of. I live in a super small town, so the neurodivergence was not something that was ever talked about at all. So now that I've been researching psychology and been more looking at it on different Facebook things and on YouTube, that I just wanted to see if any of that resonated with my daughter, because I was curious, because I know that they're all a spectrum, so there's different tendencies for different things. So that got me thinking about myself too. Well, I did in my earlier videos, if you watch any earlier videos, I struggled with my daughter, and one of my goals was to do better, to understand her better, which is the reason why I was looking into it. Well, I came across some of these memes lately, and it was just like, if I can find some, I'll add some to the video, but it would make sense. So one of the videos that I do have that I struggled with my daughter that I explained, I'll add here or a link below. I was struggling then, and now we've gotten better. She even mentioned it to my dad. But one of the things that the meme told me was that there was a couple different memes, but one of the things that just hit me was that, especially at night, I am overstimulated and she's hyperactive. So that, of course, would make sense and why we were not getting along. I always felt like we were the same, but so drastically different. That would make sense. So this is just one step in my journey on understanding if I am neurodivergent. It's kind of nice to actually accept that, even if it's not true, which I think it might. And here are some reasons why. I have, for the longest time recently especially, I'm still trying to figure out if that's depression, or if it's neurodivergent. I don't know. But I like to focus on one thing. I really like to focus on one thing. I'm getting better at stretching myself to do more than one thing, but I can multitask. I'm a mom, so I can multitask. But to stop, to transition to a different project, I can do it. I just necessarily don't want to. And there's a lot of, I don't want to call it static, but a lot of wasted time, I guess you could say. I don't know how other people do it. That's one of the, especially with schoolwork, that is super frustrating and complicated. I have another video about that I'm going to post somewhere. So yesterday, or this morning, I can't remember which, probably yesterday, I heard about this new research that they were doing with ADHD, that they had found about sleep with ADHD people. And it totally resonated with me in how some of the sleep hygiene actually doesn't work for ADHD people. I'm going to do more research on that myself, because I'm just fascinated. Now I'm kind of fascinated with ADHD stuff, because some of it really resonates with me. Also yesterday, or the day before, my girlfriend messages me because the draft is going to be in Green Bay, and I live fairly close to Green Bay, and we were supposed to meet up on that day. I loathe sports. I'm not a sports person. I'm just not. I lived in Green Bay. I'm just not. I'm going to go to the loathing. I do not like sports. I just don't. There's a lot behind that. There's the new research around sleep and the sleep hygiene that ADHD that doesn't work. Like, so I'm baffled. Like, that's one of the reasons why health and wellness coaching, I still am super passionate about all of that, but there's not a standard, like, there's not standard care. There's just not. So there's all these new things and many different people, and there's just so many different things that it's good to have a bunch of people in different specialties, but it's also good to have somebody who can navigate and point you in the right direction. So that's kind of where I'm sitting now at this point with coaching in general, is creating a space for people to feel safe and be like, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. And to not feel alone. Like, feeling alone sucks. So this new sleep research is mind-boggling to me. So I'm going to be doing more of that. And if you want to hear more of the sleep research that I find, especially ADHD related, let me know below in the comments. Type in sleep. And then food. Like, I know how to cook food. I know how to buy food. I know how to do all those things. But to stop doing what I'm doing on the focus parts, and then I have to focus on food. I can focus on those tasks, but it's the transition from each one and having enough time to do it. Because the transition part sometimes takes so long, because then I'll get distracted, or I don't want to do my positive psychology homework because it doesn't make sense to me. And there's so much brain space that has to go into it, because then when I have to stop it, then I have to start all over again, because my brain doesn't go that way. If I can just sit down and bang it out, it's just better that way. But then I'm not eating, and then I'm not sleeping, because the transition part is the part that's hard. So I don't know if that's autism. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. This is just the beginning of this journey. And then there's masking. Like, I recently went on a couple dates with a guy that was like, he was diagnosed ADHD or with some autism or something like that. And he was very, very transparent about it. And I really appreciated that. I thought it was super cool that he was that accepting and transparent about himself, which made me think about how I am. And I think that's what also got me thinking about it, because the things that he was saying, I'm like, yeah, I do that too. Like, that makes sense. Like, those are all things that I did. So if you want to come along with me on this journey on, am I neurodivergent or not? Welcome. Comment below. What are things that you do? Like, when I started dating my ex-husband, my mom would always get mad at me about it too, but my ex-husband, I was kind of on Valentine's Day. I still remember to this day. That was like eons ago. But he commented on how many cups I would take out. My cups and my phone. Like, I will set up down. I don't care how many fancy cups you have. I don't care what kind of cup it is. If it's a cup, I will, if I don't have a home for it, I found this new trick out. If you want to know my new trick, type trick below. And I will make a video on it, or I'll comment and I'll explain it. But the part of the story is that I'd put cups. I would just take a new cup out. If I needed a cup, I'd go get a cup. And then I'd set it down, and I wouldn't know where I put it, or I wouldn't be paying attention, and then I would be thirsty. I'd get another cup. So he was like, what's up with the cups? And he got so mad at me about it. And my mom would always get mad at me about it. It wasn't like I was doing it on purpose. I was thirsty. I went and got a cup. It never dawned on me. Soda cans were a little bit different, but not bad. I don't drink soda anymore. But for some reason, a cup was just something I would set down. I do that with my phone. I set it down, and half the time my daughter gets so mad. She's like, Mom, I was calling you. I'm like, I don't know where my phone is. Unless, like, yeah, it's a 50-50 shot on if I know where my phone is. Usually I have it in the car, and I usually have it at work. But other than that, I haven't lost it for more than 5 minutes at work, which is a huge improvement on me. But I have to, like, concentrate real hard on that one. So if this resonated with you, and if you want to hear more, or if you know somebody that would benefit, share and subscribe. If you're looking for more cool ideas or the continuation of this story, click here. If you want some other fun random things that I do, check out over here. See you next time. Bye.